Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we are taking a look at how you can complete the normal difficulty of the full power battle against Super Saiyan Goku, or as some people like to call him, Super Saiyan Goku Bird, or Super Saiyan Goku Birdku, whatever people want to call him. But this is against the Super Saiyan Yellow Goku, and basically we are going to be taking a look at how you can beat him. Now obviously there are some requirements. You can see that in my video about full power battle. All the requirements and everything you need to know are there. Here I'm just going to show you a successful run and attempt at the stage. Now just to recap, for those of you who do not know, full power battle has a couple of requirements or a couple of differences to it than other content. So full power battle, there are a couple of things you need to know. First is that there are all-out attacks. All-out attacks are the key and strike cards that have little white/yellow borders around them. You can see one currently on my screen. It is coming up very shortly, and basically it has this little kind of rotating border. It has no key cost as well, so it's something very important. Now you want to save these all-out attacks usually for when the boss enters their limit burst phase. So you don't want to use these outside the limit burst. Generally you want to save them for during the limit burst phase. Now the boss's limit burst phase needs to be broken, otherwise the boss will perform AoE damage. Breaking the limit burst phase will also cause you to do additional damage and have increased draw card art speed, which will be crucial to succeeding in the second phase. Now of course, to do more damage, you kind of want to save all out attacks, your Rising Rush and your special cards for this phase. If you manage to get all of those done, generally speaking, you should be able to handle the phase pretty well. As you can see, I'm currently using my all-out cards. Now for the key, you want to make sure that you hit 25, but for the strike, you want to make sure that you time them correctly. Obviously, the better they're timed, the more damage you will do. Again, you can kind of see here that obviously we are struggling a little bit in terms of our damage. You can solve this by switching in appropriate characters, switching in better characters, switching in characters with better equipment, switching in characters that have greater team boost or soul boosting your characters. That's kind of the tickets to success. Once you've done your all-out attacks, you want to follow up with a Rising Rush. It's very important that you do your all-out attacks first. The reason you need to do the all-out attacks first is because if you do the Rising Rush first, it will automatically remove every card you have in your bar. So if you do the Rising Rush first and you haven't done your all-out attacks, you will lose your all-out attacks. Now, obviously as you can see, there's still quite a substantial amount of bar left. This is because my characters are not really doing the most damage, and unfortunately I'm not able to get rid of his bar in time. You can see that causes a very large AoE amount of damage to all of my units. You'll also notice that our draw speed is definitely still the same. It hasn't been augmented like it usually would after you manage to break a limit burst. So that's kind of the negatives to it. I just don't seem to have enough damage with this team to reliably break the all-out limit burst, which is why I'm now trying to utilize my all-out attacks in an event to kind of just cause damage to, this Goku. That's kind of what I'm doing at this point, just to try and do as much damage as possible. It's not ideal, and I don't suggest that you do it, but sometimes you have to adjust your strategy. You can't just stick with the same strategy and hope that it works. So obviously I am adjusting the strategy there, and hopefully that does indeed work. But again, you can see that obviously he's just going to cause a whole lot of issues for us. So it is a very, very difficult thing, especially when you don't have the correct units. Ways I could definitely improve the team: I can replace Android 13 with a sparking Android 13. Generally speaking, that should help me because he will do more damage. He's been Zenkai boosted, so there is obviously ways I can improve the roster of units that I am currently using, and that is something that will definitely help you out. So don't always assume that you have the best lineup possible. You can always adjust things and make them better, and for me, obviously that's one of the ways. Obviously having the latest boosted characters also helps you, but it's not exactly a necessity. You should be able to clear the normal difficulty and possibly even the hard difficulty without needing the new boosted unit to make a significant difference. People with really powerful teams probably will be able to deal with even doing Scream without the brand new units. It just depends on how your luck is and what your box looks like. But generally speaking, I try to show a team that's somewhat not fully boosted. You'll see I've got a lot of extremes, I've got a lot of kind of normal units. And yeah, obviously that does help. Other ways are just to improve the strength of your Fierce Fight blue cooler, who I'm also using. That's also one of the ways, and you do get his Z power from the event as well. Obviously one of the big draw cards of this event is to obviously get powerful opponent medals, which you can use to get 1,000 chrono crystals, which is at the very least a step on the summon rotations and step ups. So at the end of the day, not too bad. But yeah, overall I definitely think yeah, there is still some value in doing these, and hopefully this was able to help you out. But that's pretty much going to be it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you did in the comments or if you have any queries, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But of course, until then, stay safe, take care, and bye.